I'm Jessica with Mighty Oaks Realty. Today I'm sitting here with Garrett Morris of Vessel Fitness. And Garrett, I wanted to ask you a few questions about your business. So Vessel Fitness, I love the name. Can you tell me a little bit about how you guys decided to name your business Vessel?
Yeah, so Vessel Fitness has been working for about 7 years, and we got the name from the verse 2 Timothy 2:20. So giving our body, as a vessels of honor to the Lord. And we just believe that mind, body, and spirit, fitness plays a role in that. And so that's why we got the name Vessel Fitness.
So you said this has been 7 years in the works, and your grand opening was this past year in 2025. Mm-hmm. So can you kind of walk me through the journey of where you started to where you're at right now?
Yeah, so we kind of got really into fitness from playing sports, and then we started gathering equipment to just kind of start a home gym, Devin and I. And we had it in his garage, and we started accumulating equipment over time. We'd work out, we'd come back from school, we'd work out that time, and then we kind of moved the gym, our garage gym, to each of our houses over the past 7 years. And over the past 2 years, we've been in the works of the city to acquire the building that we're in now, with construction and all that. And so, February 22nd, we opened. We finally got it in and got everything moved in.
Awesome. So I've been coming here for a while, and I love your gym, and it's for everyone, isn't it? So any fitness level, any ages, you guys can accommodate anyone, correct?
Yeah, we train everybody from young athletes to people, in their older ages. We have everybody in between. We train college athletes. We have different classes for everybody. And then in that, we can scale all of our options. Whatever we're doing that day, we have multiple scaling options for whatever your fitness level is.
And so you guys noticed a need about 7 years ago, just watch that grow, finally have a business here where you can, appeal to more people and have a set structure. Your business is a little different than most gyms. I know I've been members of other gyms where I'll go and I'll be like, okay, I've done my workout and I'm done. But you guys are different. Can you explain how you guys are different and how, for me, it's been really changed my fitness journey. It's been a huge motivation as well. So can you explain a little bit how Vessel is different than other gyms that people may be familiar with?
Yeah, so I think what separates our gym to other gyms is a good community, and we kind of like it like a church. So it's kind of like a family environment where everybody knows each other. We kind of keep each other accountable. We check in on each other. And then also we all come in together and have fun and work out. You get what you pay for. So that level of accountability with our coaches and just with each other, checking in on each other, and then having something structured. So you come in, it just takes the guesswork out.
Absolutely. And that's what I love too, because like I was saying, going to other gyms, I'll go and I'll say, okay, it's leg day, and I won't challenge myself, or I'll say, well, I've been here 10 minutes or 30 minutes, so I'm done. But I love the environment of Vessel because I can see other people challenging themselves. I can see progress, and it is a community. I can hear people saying, good job, keep going, or hey, why don't you do it like this? This is the correct form or whatever. And so it's really neat to see people grow together in that journey for sure. So you guys have some equipment. What's some cool equipment that you guys have at the gym?
We have rowers, ski ergs. We have all the free weights, dumbbells, barbells. We have bikes, gymnastic equipment, just from body weight to cardio to free weights. We have a little bit of everything, resistance bands. But yeah.
And you train athletes too. So athletes in the community. So that's anybody that plays any sports, or any young athlete is welcome to come as well.
Yeah. So we have all different athletes. We have football, baseball, soccer. We have different athletes that come in and train. We have young athletes as well as the college age. We have some guys we went to school with that are still playing. They come back in town, and we get to train them. It's just cool to see the opportunity of people that are from Ringgold. They go and play college somewhere else, and they still come back and want to be part of the community. That's where we got that sense of community from.
It's really neat. I got to ask, what is one of your favorite and one of your least favorite exercises that you guys do?
Least favorite, probably wall balls, and then and just any Olympic lifting I like.
I have to say those walking lunges kill me every time.
Yeah.
Can you kind of explain a little bit of, somebody's coming to the gym for the first time, what can they expect?
So typically we'll have them sign a waiver at Vessel, and it'll give us a little bit of background about their previous history. We'll ask questions and try to get to know like what's their fitness level like at the current moment. And then they can try it out for free. And then so we try to put them through some basic movements to see where they're at. And then once, we tell them to try the class, we kind of see where their fitness level is at. And then we'll give scaling options for whatever movement is programmed for that day.
It's really neat. Do you guys have any big goals for the gym?
I think our biggest goal is just to be embedded in the community and try to get connected. We've gotten connected with some other businesses in the area and just people in the area. And just to see that everybody can come together who have similar goals, just getting fitter, working out together and kind of striving together to get that same goal.
And I guess since I'm a member as well, a few things that I love is the Saturday morning community workout at 9 a.m. I love bringing my son. I'd love to bring my whole family when I can. And that's just really neat to see that you guys are giving back to your community. And then I think you guys probably could attest this more than me, but like fitness is such an important part of your overall health, your mental health, all the things. And so just seeing people reach those goals, and stuff is really incredible. How can people find out more about Vessel? Like if, I know you have your class schedule online. What is all your socials, or how can they look you guys up?
Yeah, so our website is vesselfitness.life, and then they can find us on Instagram, Vessel Fitness. They can also find us on Facebook on Vessel Fitness. And then our address is 125 General Cleveland Street, Ringgold, Georgia. We're right behind Raphael's in that depot area. But yeah, they can find us on there, reach out, or they can come by and see us.
And one more thing that I love that you guys are doing, because you are so active on social media, you guys post updates all the time, class schedules, athletes of the month. It's pretty incredible just to see you guys grow and give back to the community in that way.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you want to share?
Not at the moment. We just love for people to come try it out. Kind of the stigma is that maybe it's too much for them or it's not enough. And I feel like whatever need you have, I think we can meet it. And we just encourage people to come try us out.
I agree. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Now I'm here with Devin with Vessel Fitness. Devin, what made you guys think that Ringgold needed a gym like you guys are offering?
Yeah, so just growing up in the community of Ringgold, like in the town, that seemed to be something that the city lacked, but that we kind of have like a niche in, right? So, since we're from here, that's kind of where you start your influence, right? It's like where you're from with your immediate family and then like with your city. So it wouldn't make much sense for us to try to start something that we're passionate about somewhere else, right? Like let's just start with our immediate, where we have the most influence. And we feel like
start with your own circle,
right?
Yeah, and grow from there. And that's your biggest support. That's your foundation, is your inner circle. So you and Garrett are partners, and you guys have known each other for a while?
Yeah, since our freshman year of high school.
Okay.
So I've always been a part of Ringgold, but in high school, in middle school, I went to Heritage. I came over to Ringgold in high school, and then we played football together. And so we kind of just started hanging out. All of our friends that I had played like summer baseball with, they were all friends with Garrett. So they just kind of brought him in, and that's how we met.
That's pretty incredible to get to do life and business with a long-term friend like that. That's really neat. Let's see. So you guys have been open for a while now. And what future goals do you have for the gym?
Yeah, I could go down the path of us talking about like, yeah, we want a huge 10,000 square foot facility and we want 100 members. But, just in the day-to-day things, I think it's really cool of just seeing people hit their goals and just being like really embedded in the community. And just there's such a tight-knit group that we have now. We have around 50 or 60 members, but it's really a family atmosphere, and it feels really cool. Like everybody knows everybody. And just to kind of deepen that connection, like as we continue to grow. I think it's going to be cool to see.
I love that too, because I feel like since I've been coming, like you'll notice if somebody's not, and if they're out. And of course, summer, different seasons, people kind of, ebb and flow and schedules are a little bit off. But, if I haven't seen, Sally in a while, I'm like, oh, where's she at, or whatever. And so it's really neat to, like you said, to build that community and to be an encouragement to each other. I asked Garrett what his favorite exercise is. I want to know what yours is.
Ours are probably the opposite, just because we're built differently. So I really like wall balls. I know he said he didn't, but for those people that may not know what a wall ball is, remember like one of the first time we programmed them, somebody just saw the board and then like started throwing a medicine ball at the wall. It's like, hang on a second, that's not. So it's like you take a medicine ball, you squat, and then you throw it up to a target. I think like a lot of people are familiar with like High Rocks races now. So they're in, one of the High Rocks races, one of the stations. But I like wall balls and I like to row. Those fit me well.
I told Garrett I'm not a fan of wall balls. I'm probably built more like Garrett, closer to the ground, and so those are difficult and those are full body. You said something just a minute ago. Yeah. What are some funny experiences that you've had, that just some unexpected things that you've seen since you've opened the business? Like the person throwing the medicine ball at the wall.
Right. What are a couple things? So, originally, like when we first opened, there had been another gym similar to us that had closed in the area. So I really thought, me and Garrett both really thought that we were going to get like a bunch of their members, and this was going to be like a hardcore, like CrossFit space. And like, there's going to be, we still play loud music, but like loud music, just people getting after it. And honestly, most of our members are like people who haven't worked out in a really long time, or, just like the everyday, just kind of, we've gotten some people from like Orange Theory, and more like those style of people. And so that's been actually more cool to see their journey and their improvement rather than somebody who kind of already knows like all the stuff.
Yeah.
Which we do have some like CrossFit type people. But that's one thing that I think me and Garrett both like expected, and it's been different. Yeah. It's really cool.
And I love it too, from a member's perspective, because it is encouraging to me to start at any level that I am. I may not be great at wall balls, but I have room for improvement. And then I can see somebody that has worked a long time and are really good at this exercise or that. So it's really neat to have that mix of clientele in there as well. So you guys have classes, your class schedule's online, super easy to find. I've actually got mine printed off the fridge. You can come at 5 a.m., which I like to do when the school's in. It's convenient. So you've got classes for everybody, every time slot, and you make it convenient for people to go. So if somebody's showing up for the first time, whether a young athlete, middle-aged mom like myself, what can they expect?
Yeah. So to sign up, most people do like the drop in, they'll sign a waiver. There'll be some questions about like their background, injury history, stuff like that. And then
kind of talk about like your whiteboard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like go through a whiteboard.
Yeah. Okay. Like, and just because, I walk in and I see that whiteboard, I'm like, oh no. Right. And then it's really not that bad. Yeah.
So the whiteboard's like broken up into usually three pieces. You got like our general fitness workout, the burn workout, which is like the cardio based one. And then we usually just leave the athlete workout up there too for our college guys that come in. So between the general fitness and the burn workout, everybody will go through the same warm up. It's usually like core heavy. You probably noticed that.
Yeah.
It's like just kind of get the body flowing. There's usually like a machine of some kind. So like a row or ski, or sometimes there's a run, just get the blood flow. And then there'll be a movement prep. Honestly, I think that movement prep is kind of something that separates us. We're not a CrossFit affiliate gym, but people kind of equate us to like a CrossFit gym. And so, that's huge just for injury prevention.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a bench press day or some type of pressing day, we're going to make sure our shoulders are super loose, right? Our upper backs are loose. Our chest is nice and loose, before we get going. And then, on squat days, we're going to make sure our hips and our knees and our ankles and, we're all prime and ready to go. So burn, general fitness, whichever class you're going to do, doesn't matter. You're all going to do the same warm up and movement prep. And then that's when, the class kind of may break up a little bit. The general fitness class is going to have like some type of compound movement, squat, deadlift, bench press, clean, overhead press, whatever, some type of main strength piece. And then we'll go into some accessory work. The cycle that we're doing right now for our programming on a bench press day, let's say, we're going to bench press, and then our accessories are probably going to be like a push-pull pattern. And then we'll get into a Metcon. So Metcon is like your metabolic conditioning piece. Like that's like the high intensity piece. So you feel like you're going to die, but you're not. It's going to be okay. You're just going to leave sweaty. And then, we'll usually go through some type of cool down. Some people will stretch, some people will foam roll, just to kind of let, your nervous system relax before you go about your day.
And that's how what I like about how you guys are structured, because I can go in, I can see that whiteboard, and I can see, wow, this is what we're going to, and it's intimidating at first, but you've got that warm up, and that's so important. Like if you go to the gym on your own, I'm sure that's a forgotten piece and you guys have the training, the experience to be like, hey, this part needs to be warmed up before we proceed to this part. And then, like you said, you have it broken down usually in 3 sections. When you guys give us the option, I love to pick the one that I'm going to dread the most first and get that one out of the way. And then it seems like by the time you're done with that one, the other ones flow better. But it's really neat to see that what your body can do if you push yourself to it, if you're in an environment where somebody's showing you how to hold your weight right or warm up correctly, and you can make it as intense as you want to,
Right.
So it's really neat. It really is for everyone. So I noticed you guys are more than a gym too. I've seen you have conversation with people that are members of, if they have an injury, how to work out and not make that injury worse or anything like that. So what advice would you have for someone who is just started working out and come to your gym? Like, how would you get them started?
Like we just touched on, like our warm up and our movement prep is huge for injury prevention. But we have a couple members who like lunges give them knee pain, especially when we first started. People were like, well, I just can't lunge. So they've avoided it their whole life, right? Just because that's kind of a society of something like hurts or we just don't do it. Instead of maybe building up to where we can, eventually do that. So, the one member I'm specifically talking about is, she had knee pain. Well, over the course of the last 12 weeks, her accessory work, instead of doing lunges, she's done some other stuff. She's done some banded TKEs, monster walks, some other stuff. Well, now she's able to do lunges like pain-free.
That's amazing.
And so, that's been really cool to see her just continuously showing up. We scale, she does what she can. We scale back what she can't because we want to meet people where they are.
Right.
But we don't want them to stay there.
Right.
We want to see people succeed and press on and get better at, whatever they do.
Well, and it's just encouragement for them to keep coming, bringing
Right.
somebody else. Like I feel like myself included, like I would love to be able to do a pull up here
Right.
soon. And so just seeing the progress toward that has been really neat. Well, is there anything else that you want to share about Vessel or?
I would just like to encourage people to, whatever fitness it is, whether it's a Vessel, whether it's at wherever, just continue to show up, like working out your fitness. You don't want to do it every day. Not everybody likes to wake up at 4 a.m. to go work out at 5. Some days you're feeling fired up and some days you're not. But just continue to show up, just day in and day out. Whether you're walking on a treadmill, just do something, get your blood flowing. And if I had to bet, once you show up and you get there and you do the warm up and then you're a little sweaty, and it's like, okay, I can do it now.
Absolutely.
So.
And especially if you got that community around you. I've never regretted a workout. Yes, it's been hard to get up early to come, but afterward, I feel so much better. I feel like I can accomplish the day, whatever the day holds, and just mentally and physically, it's just great for a person. Yeah. Yeah. It's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having us. I forgot where I was going. It's all right. We'll clip
It's
to
okay.
it. We'll clip to it. What What was the question?
Classes.
Oh, class.
Yeah.
Duh.